The weird things that I do when we start the live stream. Always so weird, but you know. Gotta keep you guys on your toes. Starting at 7:08, when I told you I'm starting at 7, whoops. Thank you for waiting. Just wanna make sure everybody can hear me. I always just light the fuck up whenever it's time to live stream. But then all the prep that I have to do to get here stresses me out. But like when I'm here, I'm just excited to be with you. Hey guys, what's going on, squad? How are we doing? Happy April, happy spring. Who do we got in the live chat? I'll go through and read what everyone's got going on in the live chat. Thank you guys for wishing me a happy birthday. I know. It's crazy. It's insane. I also did this thing where I filmed this other thing today and I was like, I really don't want to do my whole hair for the live stream. So I just kind of curled the front and I think I messed this part up. But it's fine. It's chill. It's cool. It's casual. It's great. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Hi guys, what's going on, friends? It's Wednesday. It's Weekly Pop Wednesday, and you know what I've decided today? Do you want to know what I've decided today is? Wish I could have like a ring to like. Today is Wine Wednesday. Yep, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm in the mood to do, and I'm just happy that you're here. We're gonna chat. It's gonna be a loosey-goosey one today. I do have some topics I'd like to chat about, but I would love for you guys to help guide the chat today. Things I wanna chat about. Coachella is this weekend. I really wanted to avoid talking about this Kanye West stuff, but we can chat about that a little bit. Thank God the festival got canceled. Everyone's talking about the Euphoria premiere. I wanna hear your thoughts on all of that. I didn't think I wanted to chat about this online, but I have some thoughts. Might as well. Sierra Miller, Amanda, God, I don't even know. I don't watch Summer House, but Amanda Batula with this guy West. I'm sorry, that's your first name? Not a first name. I can share a little bit of thoughts on that and just like how crazy it is that the whole world's become enthralled with this, because I just don't believe it. Personally. I put on self-tanner. There's only one self-tanner that I love, that I'm obsessed with, that doesn't like make me look like a different weird color, and it's called Loving Tan. And I put it on for my birthday, and if you are used to, if you put on self-tanner, look at my hands. Just like here, you can always tell when someone's wearing self-tanner when you look at their hand. Oh, that's bad. And then their elbows and their kneecaps. But you know what? When you see me in person, it looks better. My face is a little bit wider than my shoulders, but it's fine because everyone looks better with a tan. You want to lose weight quickly? Get a tan. Makes you look like you dropped 10 pounds. You didn't, but it makes you look like you did. I can't explain it. Everything's better when you're tan. It's true. Who do we got in the chat, you guys? Who's here? I'm excited you're here. And does anybody else drinking any wine with me tonight? Wow, I received $13. Just got a PayPal. LOL, Taylor Swift. How much was it exactly? I just received a PayPal from TikTok Shop for $13.28. Oh, don't spend it all in one place, girl. Who knows what I've sold on there. Today, Lauren is drinking Francis Coppola Cab Sav, a Cabernet Sauvignon. I just wanted to. I was sitting there, my lovely, amazing, you know Sarah, you know her, you love her. She's the reason that I'm still able to run anything and everything online. Community manager, a producer, she's everything. She's all encompassing. We have a meeting every Tuesday. And this Tuesday, yesterday, we went over things that we should talk about, topics, this and that. And I have some, but none of them like pulled me in a way that I was like my ADHD ass is like, but we're gonna try to not curse tonight with the wine. We'll see how that goes. when I hear a topic or a pop culture topic, something's gotta like pull me to be like, it's time to, I want a script, I want to talk about things, I have this. Nothing really pulled me that much this week. And then my brain started doing the self-thinking thing where I was like, well, maybe I just like shouldn't go live at all. No, girl. No. Like I said when I first started, live streams like this light me up. I love chatting with you. Okay, who is in the chat? 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 Yeah. We've got Noah, Kim, you're wonderful. Kim said, Lauren and wine. Now that's a good mix. Do you wanna know what I thought I had to do this time? A straw. Oh, that's a good one. Woo-hoo. Just getting a little boost. A straw so that I don't get those wine lines. I might have lipstick on there, but you know what I mean? The wine lines, like, I don't know why, it just brings me back to my time when okay, wow. It brings me back to the time when I was a camp counselor and all the little campers would like drink like the red punch and they would drink it and they'd get these like smile lines that would be on them for the next 2 days. No, I'm not saying that campers or camp counselors were drinking wine during that, but whenever I drink wine and I get the little smile, that's the image that I'm thought of, which is weird. We've got Noah, we've got Aaron. Hi, Aaron, how are you? Crouching, your name is Matt. I remembered. Hi, how could I forget that? Hello from South Jersey, Vic Del Rio, Brian. Brian said, I want to know what you think about that lady that's suing Taylor over the Life of a Showgirl trademark. Oh, I've got lots of thoughts. We also covered that in a live stream a couple times ago. Chester is just going to be barking away. He always does that at this time when I'm starting my live, doesn't he? We've got Emily, we've got SK Sinatra. Okay, SK. Yes, I did have some technical difficulties. Twee Potter 13. Ugh, your username. Maybe we will talk a little bit about the Harry Potter thing. We will, because I want to. Hi, Maria. Thank you guys for wishing me a happy birthday and a happy spring. Who's new to the chat? Who is this? Big Al da Bird Boy. I like your username. That's funny. Hashtag Wine Wednesday. Is anyone else drinking wine with me tonight? I'm not drinking wine because it was like a hard day or anything. I just sounded right. Sounded like the right thing. I did also I'm trying out this new lipstick. This is not sponsored. I can affiliate link it if you want. It's called Open Late Matte. Ha, so many mattes in my life right now. I think it's nice. I think it's really nice. I kind of feel like the lighting is very strange. I wonder if I can fix that. Ho, 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 ho. This probably won't last for the whole stream, but we can last for the beginning. Is this crazy? Oh, this is gonna blind me. This is gonna blind me. It's too much, it's too much, it's too much, it's too much. You guys, I guess I'll start with what I wanted to say. Did this help at all? A little bit? A little bit? I guess let's just get going. Yeah. Love you. Glad you're here. Join in the chat if you're watching. Just join in. It's fun, okay? It's fun. It's fine. It's cool. It's casual. Don't worry. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren if you're new here, and welcome back to Weekly Pop. I'm your host, Lauren Lipman. Let's talk pop. Bam. Imagine an intro one of these days. It will happen. It will happen. Today's going to be a loosey-goosey show. I have some topics I want to chat about here and there. Coachella's happening. Sabrina Carpenter's new music video came out. Harry Potter series is coming out, causing a stir. I want your thoughts on all of that. And what else? I really would love for you guys to help guide this show this time around, because I don't know, nothing's really pulled me this week about pop culture. Nothing really did just now. Something I guess we can start to talk about that everything's falling, that like makes me uncomfortable to talk about is, let's start with the new Harry Potter series that is coming out on HBO. It is causing quite a stir. And I was speaking with a lot of people actually about this, because when you talk about separating the art from the artist, where do we land? Where do you guys land when it comes to separating the art from the artist? As someone who grew up loving Kanye West, loving his music, having the album Graduation, like it is like the soundtrack of my middle school, like life. I loved it. It's so nostalgic for me. And then when he started to, I don't know what I can say on my YouTube channel right now. When he started to, outright become a Nazi and sell those t-shirts, not even gonna say it, and make a song called Heil Hitler. And what else? What else has he tweeted? And then he just blames it on his mental health and he's bipolar, and that's why. Really hard. It's really, really hard for me to separate the art from the artist. But you know what? The other day, I got some random memory from something happened, and I got an urge to listen to his song, and so I did. I listened to the song, and then I changed the artist, and it's this thing of like, separating the art from the artist. I don't know if, I know that there's like a lot of Gen Z activists out there that are like, you should never listen to him, this is horrible, you are blah, blah, blah. But we are only human. We're doing the best we can. But like, I'm so freaking happy that that festival in the UK got canceled. I don't even really want to cover that. That's not even the whole point of why I wanted to bring this up, because I wanted to bring it up in terms of how this relates to JK Rowling. Obviously, JK Rowling has ruined Harry Potter for, I think, a lot of us, if not everyone. It should have ruined Harry Potter for us, even a little bit. It should be a lot, but I can understand some people wanting to keep their head in the sand and all of that. As a die-hard Harry Potter fan, every year when the new book would come out, I would be at my camp, JCC Ranch Camp, shout out, and it was my summer camp, and it would come in this box that says, do not deliver until August something or July, whatever. And it was this thing, and it was a cultural thing. It's like this story and this world that JK Rowling created brought people together of all ages, right? Like everyone. This got me and my brother to want to read together. We would like sit down as like a family, me and my mom. It's like the first book that I ever really got into. I remember when there was controversy, like, should we make Harry Potter movies? And everyone was like, no, that's horrible. You can't do that. You're gonna ruin the whole story. And then we did. Amazing. Phenomenon. Cultural phenomenon. And obviously the reason that HBO wants to do this, again, is to make the money. That's why. But in the midst of all of that, we learned JK Rowling's true colors, how she is very anti-trans in a very, very messed up way. And something that I don't think that I realized was that she is using her Harry Potter wealth to fund anti-trans legislation. It's very complicated because as a Harry Potter fan, I am excited for this series just because it's like a little bit of joy to look forward to in this bleak landscape of a world that we're entering into right now, right? And then there's this other part of me that's like, how can you like that knowing that your streams goes to JK Rowling's pocket? I don't know, guys. I would love some thoughts. I would love some thoughts on everything, because it's just, I don't know how to navigate this. I don't know how anyone knows how to navigate this. I would like to start reporting on like the young kids, the young kid actors. Tweet Potter 13 in my live chat, you mentioned like the one meme that I feel like I've seen everywhere. You said it's the lighting on the series versus the original film though. There's like I bet you I could find it during this live stream. The light and the joy that we felt from the first Harry Potter films, the first Harry Potter film is just so good. It's, I'm a what? You're a wizard, Harry. Just like these little things that are just so good about it. And like the on-screen CGI, it's amazing. And then people are comparing it side by side to like, oh, this is a shot in the train. Like, why did they brought the saturation down? It's darker, it's this or that. It's complicated. It's very complicated. Please tell me your thoughts on all of that, if anyone has any thoughts on that, because I am looking forward to seeing what happens with this series. I've heard that it's supposed to be more accurate to the books, which then it makes me want to go and like read the book. I have them all upstairs, you know? Let me know your thoughts on that. It's very complicated. It's causing quite a stir, and I just don't know how Warner Brothers has gotten away with like letting this just go on just in the name of money. In the name of wanting to capitalize on the Harry Potter franchise, you know? I don't know. Luke said, even the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child play got into controversy. What do you mean? What kind of controversy? Because of JK Rowling or because of something else? Because that does sound kind of familiar, if I'm being real with you. Let me know your thoughts. Other things that are happening this week. This week is Coachella, as someone called it, the Influencer Olympics, which cracked me up. That's very funny. I've still never been to Coachella. I one day will, but it's a different thing. It's a different thing for me. Let's bring in the set list. Why not? The headliners. Has anyone here in the chat or in the comments after the fact, have you guys ever been to Coachella? Are you guys music festival people? Let me know. Let me know. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Do you guys follow Remi Bader? I always think of her Coachella video. It is just so funny of her in the back of the car. Okay. Sabrina Carpenter is headlining. Justin Bieber's headlining, and Karol G is headlining. That's very exciting. I love Sabrina. She really can do no wrong. You know? She really, is like a star. Every time I see her on stage, in her music videos, she's just such a little performer. She's a little showgirl. She really and truly is. Hi, Matt. Hi. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Yes, back on the topic of separating the art from the artist. I don't know. I don't blame people for having a hard time separating the art from the artist, because you really got to figure out, I don't know. Michael loves Sabrina Carpenter's new music video for the house tour. I haven't seen it yet. I really want to. Like, really, really want to. I've been wanting to do that. Something that's been funny to me when it comes to Coachella is all of the advertising around it. I have influencer friends that are like, I might just go down to the desert and just go to like the surrounding parties, because even that's just like a fun, good time. You go, you get free things, you get free drinks. And like the thing to me about Coachella that doesn't sound as fun is like the heat. It's in the desert. That sounds a little crazy. But if I were to like all of these influencers that go to like the house, like the compounds, I'm like, now that looks like my kind of music festival, to be totally honest with you. God, I can't remember the last time I've been to like a music festival. Slipping my mind. Anyway, Remi Bader has this really funny video from Coachella from before she had her sleeve surgery, where she was like, I hate Coachella, and she's like in the back of this car with this like funny music, and she just starts crying, but she's like laughing, but then she's crying. It is hilarious. It is so funny. And she was always like, I will never go back to Coachella unless my close personal friend Justin Bieber is headlining. Guess who's headlining? Justin Bieber. She's going back to Coachella. I'm very excited to see that content. And I'm actually a big fan of Couchella, personally. Sitting on my couch, watching the live streams, watching all the social media things come in. Ugh, remember when Taylor Swift went to Coachella with Travis Kelce? That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts, truly. Let me see if I can find a photo of that. That was still like the craziest thing. That was where I was like, oh wow, Taylor actually feels very, very safe. The fact that she's just like wandering around in the Coachella artist area like that was one of my favorite things ever. Where's she at? In her little hat. Oh, she was so cute. Ooh, this wine is really good, y'all. This guy. Ugh, Blake Lively. You guys, I am not fully on the up and up of everything to do with her case right now. I don't want to talk about it. I'm so sick of hearing about it. Is that bad? Is that bad of me? I think my mind has been changing all over the place. Let's just talk about these cuties for a hot second. Yeah? Yeah. Look at her. So funny that he's wearing his little Happy Gilmore shirt. Absolutely obsessed. Oh my God. The Vans Warped Tour. LOL. You guys are very funny. Hilarious. But yeah, I wonder what drama or things are going to come out of Coachella this year. Very excited to know. Something else, I actually just posted this on my Instagram and my TikTok, to be honest. Make sure you're following me there. All of those places. Julia Fox. Do you know Julia Fox? How do we know her? I feel like I only knew her because she was Kanye West's wife. Like, is that the only reason? Is it the only reason that we know Julia Fox? I don't know who she was besides that. Today I was scrolling through Instagram and I came across a video that like, have you guys like Taylor Swift? You guys like pop culture? I feel like always like watching the red carpet stuff with me. Like, who remembers E! News live from the red carpet with Juliana and Ryan and Justin Sylvester and Aaron Lim and just like the OG cast and crew on the red carpet? Who remembers that? That was the best. They were the best. Because then when every person was walking that red carpet, everyone watching knew all the celebrities. It wasn't these like super, super niche stars. Oh, you don't know them? They've got 1 million followers there and 1 million followers there. No. This was the A-list and the B-list and the C-list, and we knew everyone's name, okay? What's been happening lately for red carpets, for the Grammys, for the Met Gala, for the Oscars, traditional news media is dying. E! News is changing their headquarters. Access Hollywood, are they still in business? Like, I don't really know what's going on with any of those things minus their digital footprint. But they are bringing influencers and TikTokers and viral internet stars to go interview big celebrities on these red carpets. And I said this in this video that I made today where it's like the head of NBC and the head of, what are the other ones? NBC, ABC, Fox, all of these heads, let's be real here. They are all old white men. And it is an old ship trying to learn new tricks. It's like this big old ship trying to turn the wheel of like, yeah, TikTok, totally. We get Gen Z, we get it. And they're taking forever to understand that things move very quickly. So they hired a bunch, and again, when I say this, there is not like a person that I'm talking about in general. It's just something I've noticed across the board. The people that they're choosing to interview celebrities are like really awkward teenagers or socially awkward adults who are really good on their cell phone in their bedroom alone. And then when they go out in the world to talk to people, it's a different experience, you know? To be a host on a red carpet, to get those interviews, you have to have this like tenacity, this like go-getter, like, it's okay that Brad Pitt just rejected me, I'm gonna move on, up here's the next person, big celebrity. it's just different. And I feel like the interview segments and like live from the red carpet has not been the same in years, like 5-7 years. And it's been like such a big bummer about that. And so today, I'll show you the video. Yeah. I'm just gonna show you it. What do you think of that? Because I almost didn't post it, but you know what? I just turned 35. This is the year where I'm just not gonna give any Fs, and I'm just gonna do it. AI is gonna take over the world anyway, so what do I have to lose here, right? Just go for what you want, because life is too short. You don't know what's gonna happen the next day. I'm gonna show you my little video, if it's going to take forever to send. What do I think about Olivia's new album? Thank you so much for your super chat, Crouching Matt. I appreciate you. I don't really know much about it, to be honest with you. What are your thoughts on Olivia's new album? Is it out yet? Or has it just been announced? Because I truly have no idea. I don't know why. And I want to say this in the most positive way, because like I'm open to having my mind changed. Olivia Rodrigo's music doesn't really do it for me. I like the song Deja Vu. I like the song Seeing You Tonight. It's a good idea, right? That's a good one. It just, I don't know. Am I too old for it to hit the way that it hits a lot of people? Love Harry Styles. Obsessed, actually, with Harry Styles. I don't know why I was so late to the Harry Styles game. Big fan of his. And what do you guys think of his new album? It's different. It's definitely different. I forgot to put my headphones in, but I want to show you this little video that I posted because I need your freaking support, because I just feel like a giant cringe monster, if I'm being honest with you. June. Comes out June 12th. This is the, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I'm gonna,
it's like,
here.
listen.
We're gonna pause it. Bam. Really quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to show you it while I readjust.
It's like, listen, I'd understand like influencers in an emergency room doing surgery, but it's like a red carpet. Like, who cares? Let the influencers in. Let them in. Like, it's not that serious.
See, that's where I actually disagree with you. It's not that I think that influencers, to be honest with you. Okay,
it's like, listen, I'd understand like influencers in an emergency room doing surgery, but it's like a red carpet. Like, who cares? Let the influencers in. Let them in. Like, it's not that serious.
Okay. We're gonna start it over. So I came across this video today on Instagram, and I don't know, something called me to respond to it. And let's listen.
I'd understand like influencers in an emergency room doing surgery, but it's like a red carpet. Like, who cares? Let the influencers in. Let them in. Like, it's not that serious.
See, that's where I actually disagree with you. It's not that I think that influencers should be kept out of the red carpet. I just think that brands aren't choosing the right influencers. The thought that hiring somebody with millions of TikTok followers to interview celebrities on the red carpet will bring in the viewership and the ratings that these old ships trying to learn new tricks really, really want. It takes a certain kind of personality to be able to go up to someone, and first of all, you could get rejected. Hi, hello, come over and talk to us. Nope, okay, cool, keep on moving. In order to keep that up, what is it, rejection therapy? There is a certain type of personality that is very good at that. That type of thing on a red carpet, on a step and repeat. How do you get their attention? And then when you get their attention, how do you shake them loose a little bit? Like, they're all going to come up being very media trained. How do you get them to relate to your audience? What questions do you ask them beyond who are you wearing and who are you excited to see tonight? Those are boring. We want the real tea. As a micro-influencer who's been covering pop culture and interviewing celebrities for a very long time, there are so many other influencers like me that would be amazing at this job. I just think that they need to look a little harder for the right people to carry that conversation and to keep the energy high all day, all night. That is an all-day intensive job that not everyone can do well. So, call me. So I decided that 35 is the year of just shooting my shot and doing it. I sat there on the post screen for so long. I almost didn't post that. But I was like, that's how I feel. You know who I'd really love? Contradicting everything I just said. Drew Afuela. Afuelo? Oh, I love her. I love everything she does on her social media. And I love that she brings this have you ever seen the intense makeup boxes that makeup artists carry where you open it and boom, boom, it's layers or whatever. She goes and she's got shooters, alcohol, snacks, berries, all the chomps, all these little snacks in there, and everyone's like, oh my God, I'll take some Cheetos. It's great. It's really great. If you could do me a favor and go comment on my Instagram and my TikTok if you want, and tag Entertainment Tonight, tag E-News, tag an agent that this is gonna be the year that I assemble a team. It's happening. It's gonna happen. It's been too long. I've been in LA way too long for this to still not be a thing. Red in the face, very red in the face. But the worst that could happen is that everyone will see me and I will fail. Yeah, publicly. Oh my goodness. Thanks for listening to my little rant, you guys. Who here watches Euphoria? Anybody? Anybody? Euphoria is back for season 3 on HBO. And the internet is in a full meltdown about it. Some people are talking that this season's not that great. I still have yet to watch it. I need to. This is one of those pop culture phenomenon shows. Euphoria. Everyone's yes, it's a really great show, but it's so intense. It's really depressing. Get ready to be sad and depressed every episode. And I'm great. I am so looking forward to watching that after a long work day. Depress me more. So I haven't watched it just yet, but I really need to. What are your thoughts on it? I've been loving the red carpet looks that everyone's been wearing. It's been fun. Love Zendaya. Love Zendaya. Chester's just whining down there, being extra freaking cute. Ooh, here's another thing. Are there any Aubrey Plaza fans watching? You know Aubrey Plaza, Parks and Rec. What else has she been in? She's amazing. I've always loved her personality. She's very dry, sarcastic humor. This is an interesting story. So did you guys know that her husband, Jeff Baena, he passed away in January of 2025, so last year. It was really horrible. They were publicly separated before his death, but it was still just a very devastating year. Really, really hard for her. That was really upsetting to hear. I've really appreciated how open she's talked about her grief with her losing her husband. Even though they were getting separated, doesn't mean that it doesn't really impact her, and just lots of dark details involved in his passing. Recently, not recently, 2 days ago, let me find a picture. We love a visual aid. Oh, I haven't connected that yet. Aubrey Plaza. Dun, 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 dun. Almost. Yeah, cuties. Very happy for her. What a happy little ending. Just goes to show you that everything in life is meant to happen. even though it's really hard to like say that all the horrible things in life that happen to us are meant to happen. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that necessarily, but in this case, Aubrey Plaza met this man. Where is it? Aubrey Plaza met Christopher Abbott on a film. They started dating, and she just announced she's pregnant. Like, such a cute deal. Very, very excited for her. This is like the life and like the love story that like she deserves. All of the horrible things that she's been through and that she's had to like be in the public eye for all of this. What's interesting is that they've known each other since 2019. They made the indie film Black Bear together, and then they did an off-Broadway revival of Danny and the Deep Blue Sea in 2023. Their director literally said there was no, quote, getting to know you phase between them. It was just immediately electric. That is so sweet. I just got chills hearing that. That's very, because this is Aubrey Plaza's first child. First child ever that she's expecting. How old is Aubrey Plaza? Any guesses? Aubrey Plaza's 41. Ugh, go girl. That's amazing. But yes, the timing of this is very emotional because this comes like literally just a little bit over a year after the death of her husband, Jeff. And yeah, a source close to the couple told People, it was a beautiful surprise after an emotional year and they feel very blessed. And then today, literally today, she was spotted out in New York City, baby bump on full display, just walking her dog in a peacoat and New Balance sneakers. Casual, unbothered, very Aubrey Plaza. I'm so happy for her. That's very exciting. I love to hear that. You go, girl. Right?
And you go.
And you go, girl. Your face was hidden that whole time. Just as he likes it. I love that. I think that's a really sweet story. Aubrey Plaza. Oh, go Chester, go. Come on. Oh, he's so cute. He is so cute. You like his coat? I think his coat is weird. I appreciate that fashion is to each their own, but I think his coat is really weird, personally. But, you know, that's what's fun about fashion. Does anyone here watch this new show on Netflix called The Pitt? Any fans? Fans of The Pitt? I watched an episode of it. I have not yet made it past that episode, but everyone's loving it. Everyone is talking about The Pitt. Let me know your thoughts. Like, what are you guys watching these days? What am I watching right now? Do you wanna know what I'm doing? I'm painting a paint by numbers, and I will turn on, this is so nerdy. I will turn on this weird show on Hulu called Lego Masters. It's just like something to just have on in the background while I'm painting my little paint by numbers. Yeah, I don't know. It's been really fun. Oh, you guys are so funny. Is anybody out there drinking wine with me? I feel like this was such a slow week in pop culture that I was like, I don't really know what I want to. Oh, okay, Tori. Hi, Tori. Tori said, I love The Pitt. I'm obsessed. Best medical show ever. Better than Grey's Anatomy. What's cool about The Pitt that I really wants to keep me like roped back in, that I really want to get into it, is that every episode of season 1 is apparently one day. It's one shift. So episode 1 is our like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I think that that's interesting, and I would like to go back to it, but you know. Something that I can't stop thinking about. I had someone in my YouTube comments not like that I talked about this in one of my live streams, but like, you know what? It's what's on my mind. AI is scary, and I've just been trying to equip myself with knowledge to be a little less scared about it all. The way that I've been trying to think about it is like, I think I might have used this example once upon a time. It used to be a presidential government job to hold a candlestick over George Washington's shoulder because they didn't have electricity. He was a governmental candlestick holder, lighter, lantern person. When electricity came along, that job was taken out completely. The Industrial Revolution. Machinery taking over people's jobs that were like, you can't do the printing press. I am the printing press. Me and my hands do it. And then they need to learn how to use these like new machines, and everyone, there was an uproar and everyone was so mad about it. And then when I was young, Google came out. And my mom and dad were always like, I can't believe how easy you have it. Hey.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Too easy. Read a book.
Well, no, we would have to like, our parents would have to, oh, you're doing a research paper? You're gonna go take your encyclopedia or the textbook, you're gonna go to the library, you're gonna find the page, you're gonna make Xerox copies of it, and then that is how you're going to find your stuff. Be honest with me here. Who's in the same boat as me? We used to go to Wikipedia for our essays, oh my God, there's just so much that Wikipedia taught us and helped us with our research papers, writing anything, studying anything, learning anything, right? I remember when the phrase, like everyone's like, oh my God, just Google it. They're like, oh, what a phrase, oh my God, just Google it. And it's like these all shifts in our timeline, they all happened and people were mad about it. And then they adjusted, people did lose jobs and then they found new jobs. But like the way that AI is like progressing so quickly, it's mind-boggling about what it's going to be like in the next 5 years. I asked Matt this the other day. I was like, do you think that in our lifetime, we are going to have like a standalone robot in my house that's like, so I have a robot vacuum. I think it is the single smartest thing to have this robot vacuum. We've got a corgi, you know Chester, you love him, sheds so much hair. This is an automated task. It goes off once a day, every day from 7:30 to 8:30. And it's life-changing. It is life-changing if you are a dog owner, if you are a OCD person that cares about cleanliness. This is a brilliant task to automate, okay? Yes, I do have to maintain the robot and clean out and empty that out, but it's like so interesting that it's interesting to think about that, where I'm like, the task that I would personally love to automate, laundry. Please, for the love of God, bring me a robot that is attached to my laundry machine, is familiar with all of my clothes, knows how to fold it or to organize it. Like that is such a repetitive task that it would just give me so much time back in my week, in my month. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. I'm gonna read some of your comments. Is the Pitt HBO Max? Did I say something? Did I say Netflix? Oops, sorry. Thanks for keeping me real, Betty. Cheers to you. This is delicious, by the way. I got this because it was fancy looking. This little, like, what are you supposed to be? Delicious. Sponsor me. Oh my God, that's really scary in the live chat. I don't even want to know, but like, yeah, you have to protect your children on the internet when it comes to AI. I was listening, do you guys ever listen to the podcast or watch on YouTube, Diary of a CEO? This is like a newer podcast for me that I'm like, certain videos are interesting to me. There's this one guy who talked about how if all customer service jobs become completely automated, what was his example? He was like, okay, let's take the country, the Philippines. I actually have a lot of viewership in the Philippines, by the way. Hi, if anyone was watching or anything like that. What are all these things? I don't know why I don't know what you're trying to say, but it says maybe you're using a bad word. I don't know. Oh my God, Google Scholar. I remember Google Scholar. Betty said, I allowed my students to use Google Scholar for their papers, but never Wikipedia. Here's the thing, Betty. You might not have allowed us to do that. We still did it because Wikipedia gave you citations and sources. And so I was like, oh no, I got this article from this. We used Wikipedia. Now students are using ChatGPT for everything. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And like I've spiraled a little bit, but I'm trying to like take that back and be like, let me equip myself, because here's the reality that I truly believe. AI is not going to take your job, but a human who knows how to use AI will. I believe that to my core. I don't know if we're in our lifetime. I mean, it's probably gonna happen. Let's be real here. You know, we're envisioning those movies where the robots are like patrolling the streets and like it's like a crazy chaos. But it's that. It's how can a lawyer, a human lawyer, utilize AI to make a better case for their client? How can a doctor, a real human doctor, utilize like an AI assistant to solve someone's really medical mystery and save their life? It's things like that that make me hopeful. In the environment, how bad AI is for the environment and the data centers and people moving it. Like I said this last week, when the billionaires start to care, they will fix it. They'll care enough. When the economy, we're not gonna go that deep today, but this episode that I was watching, I need to drink my wine. Hold on, excuse me. By the way, this little spoon here, it's also a straw. Isn't that cute? I may or may not have accidentally, on purpose, taken this from a restaurant years ago. Don't judge me. I was drunk and I really liked it and I use it all the time. This guy was saying, let's take the Philippines, for example. The Philippines, one of their largest industries is customer service. Customer service call centers, where giant companies reroute their calls to help you figure out things on your tech, on your bill, all of that stuff. If all of that is automated, and then it's not gonna happen. We're just talking, it's friends, it's fine, it's cool guys, don't worry. If all of the American companies that employ a bunch of Filipino customer service call center people, if all that goes away, who is going to pay for the livelihood of everyone in the Philippines? Because we're talking about this thing called, have you ever heard UBI? UBI. I hadn't really heard this term until I started like learning more, like really making an effort to not run away from the idea of it, because it's coming. It's already here. It's happening. Which it's like scary because there's been so many times I'm like, oh my God, what? Like, is this really gonna happen? I've had to like literally just equip myself with like knowledge to just be like, okay, let's prepare yourself as best as possible. The phrase UBI stands for Universal Basic Income. The idea is that if AI starts to take humans' jobs so quickly that it will literally like disrupt the social fabric of humanity, which is a very scary phrase to say, UBI is a way to combat that. And it's like giving all Americans money, a stipend to live because you lost your job. You've been a truck driver for your whole life. You live in a family of truck drivers. That's one of those jobs that I'm like shocked, no offense of course, but that's one of those jobs that I'm shocked hasn't already been like the number one job taken by a robot. Like, they're already teaching, like, I live in LA. Who else lives in a city where, have you guys ever sat in a Waymo? Waymo? It is very cool. It freaked me out the very first time that I was in it, but it makes so much sense. A robot can keep me safer on the road than a human can. User error, all of that. I've lost my train of thought. We're talking about AI. Train of thought's gone. Train of thought's gone. I'm going to read what you guys have in the comments because I've lost my train of thought because AI has just been so all-encompassing and just trying to like figure out the right way to use it. I don't know. Yes, I did, Betty. Betty said, did you see that video 2 weeks ago in which this waiter robot malfunctioned and started to hit the client? The human waiters had to restrict him. Yes, because that's at one of my favorite hot pot restaurants called Ha De Lao. Woo! Amazing. I believe it's like a very, very famous brand of, no, I did, LOL, but I didn't read it out loud. You know who you are, LOL. What's going to need to have to happen? Sorry if this is like not interesting to anyone else, but I'm interested in this. So I hope that someone else out there is interested in this. Today, Sam Altman, who I don't know if we can trust. I don't know if we can trust him, you guys, but he's the one leading this ship. Okay? There's been a lot of crazy things said about him, but he's doing it. Today, a good thing that Sam Altman did was he released a like 13-page or like a really long policy document about how to deal with superintelligence taking down the economy and disrupting life as we know it. In the sense of things that it proposed was like any job that brings in AI-driven profits will get taxed. So then that creates this fund that can then be dispersed to all Americans. But what about the jobs that it's taking away from people that aren't in America? What about them? Like, will America distribute for the rest of the world? Oh my God, it's like so crazy. It's so interesting. I don't know. I don't know how to think about it. I don't know how to feel about it. There's like little teeny tiny tasks that I do where I'm like, will I one day have a robot that can do dishes? That I can just be my nanny? How many robot nannies are going to save children's lives from drowning, from SIDS? Well, the ones that can be prevented. You know what I mean? Like things like that. It's just crazy. It's just like a crazy world. This has been quite an interesting show, you guys. I don't really even know where we're going with this. Yes. Oh my God. Amy said, thank you for your super chat, Amy. I appreciate you. Amy said, soon you'll have a robot to chase away squirrels. We've got these really aggressive squirrels that live in our unit. Hi, Kamal. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Betty, you said, in the 90s, the call centers left the US for India, Pakistan, and the Philippines because they are English speaking with cheap labor. It created unemployment in the US. Yes. And there's always been instances of the people who were horse and buggy drivers were like, the automobile, that's not going to be a thing. That won't take my job. It did. It's just like the thought of how fast it's all happening. That's what's like crazy to me. I'm trying really hard to be positive about it. And by positive, I mean not as afraid because it's inevitable. And I'm trying to figure out how to use it as like a tool, as just another tool. Like if you out there, if you've been alive since and like working in the working world, before Google, before computers, you know, my mom actually said something so funny. She was like, what cracks me up, Lauren, is to think about when I used to work in an office. She used to run a business with my dad back in Houston. She was like, none of us had computers at our desks. So like, what did we have at our desks? Pens and paper? And I was like, well, Mom, I don't know, you tell me. And she's like, it's just so funny to think about going into your office, sitting down at your desk at work for the day, and there not being a computer. But she's like, I don't know what we did all day, but we worked. That's what everyone did. No one had a computer. I miss the days of having a computer room. You couldn't be on the phone or the computer at the same time. You had to literally do the long AOL, the dial-up in order to be online. There was no chronically online, it's just like really crazy. It's just really crazy. I'm just like prattling on right now. Yeah. Not the weekly wine live stream show that y'all were expecting. Me neither, to be honest. Ooh, do you want to know what I am excited for? The Devil Wears Prada 2. The Devil Wears Prada 2. I cannot wait for that. No, ew. I don't even call her the first lady. Disgusting. But that's good information to know. Michael said, Savannah Guthrie is back on the Today Show. What do you think about it, Lauren? I'm happy that she's back on the Today Show. I cannot imagine. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, when are we gonna find out what happened to Nancy? It's horrible. It's horrible to think about. But like, there were some people saying really not nice things about Savannah being out. Like, oh, she's never gonna return to the Today Show. Savannah Guthrie is a staple. We love Savannah. We are big Savannah supporters on this channel in my life. Like, of course she's going to return to her job that she worked her whole life for. She is a great journalist, a great interviewer, great personality. Love her so much. And how awful and horrific of a thing to go through in the public eye and to have people pointing at you. And to like, there were some people being like, Savannah, why didn't you put up more money for your mom? I'm sorry, what? What's wrong with you? Ugh, horrible, horrible. What else are you guys chatting about? Have you heard that the First Lady wants to put robots in schools, AI robots in schools? No, but I remember backlash of, I took like the computer lab at school. There would be a computer lab. We'd all get to like check out little computers, the MacBook, the like Macintosh, the big one with the colors in the back. Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. I do feel like things are going to cycle though, where it's gonna like go around and like, I don't know, especially like Gen Z loves all millennial Y2K stuff. I feel like Apple needs to release like in the future people love reboots so much, an upgraded version of the Macintosh with the big, colorful, and like the keyboard. Do you remember the keyboard? The thick, clear, oh, that was the best. That was the best. There was nothing more satisfying than typing on an old school Macintosh. That was the best. The best. I'm glad that you're all understanding in the comments about that. Truly, truly. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Who knows? AI robots in school, I mean, I'm not mad at that. Could it prevent school shootings? Hell yeah. Hell yes. Put the robots in the school if that will stop children from dying. If you can automatically have metal detectors for everyone, it's just their eyes scan them, absolutely put the robots in the schools. It's insane that there's guns in schools. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that, but it's just insane that enough children haven't died for the legislation to change, but you know, that's America. We love money and guns. God, this is what happened when Lauren has wine. Bring back the iPod. Yes, Kamal. Yes, please. We're having more. This is delish. What else? What else is happening? Real talk. I don't know who's watching. Does anybody out there get the birthday blues? I don't know. Something happened to me after I turned like 27, where like my birthday used to be like my favorite thing ever. It'd be like a birthday thing, especially like my friends in Denver. We would call it birthday season. Alona would start it off in February, and then it would be me, and then it would just like trickle down to all of our friends, and it was like so much fun. My birthday was this Saturday or Sunday, and we celebrated it on Saturday. And for some reason, I had like a chip on my shoulder, and it was a really fun day. People showed up for me. Matt did so much for me, like everyone. And like, it was really fun. And like, I know that I had a fun time, but there was like something in the back of my brain the whole day where it's like, I could burst into tears at any moment. Isn't that weird? Why? What is that? I don't know. It's funny because the day that like the moment my birthday ended, I just felt this like relief of like, I don't know. And then of course, don't judge me, I asked Claude. I use Claude now instead of chat. Tell me your thoughts on that. I asked Claude, and Claude was like, it's actually very normal to feel that way. I feel like people take like inventory of their life on like, what did you think you were going to be doing at this age? Where are you? How, like, I just feel like there's like all this like pressure in my life as like a woman at the age of 35. And then Matt, Mr. Jokester, was like, halfway to 70. I wanted to kill him. I was like, don't you say that to me today! Oh my God. Yes. Okay. I'm glad you relate. I'm glad you relate to that. You know? You guys are cracking me up. Yes. Hell yes. If the robots are there to protect the kids, robots, that's the thing, is robots can fill the gaps where human error can't. Not all schools can afford security guards and metal detectors, but robots can keep them safe. That would be an amazing thing. Like, there's like little things to do with AI that keep me very hopeful that the world isn't going to just, I don't know, you know, oh, it did this last time around an hour, but I think I'm still live streaming. I'm just trying to stay hopeful and positive and equip myself with the best knowledge possible. I signed up for an AI newsletter that I get in my email every morning, and it's really fascinating. And I really like it, and I appreciate, I can delete it if I want to. I don't have to, oh, I am watching my own video back. Go back. The YouTube tab quit on me, and I just want to make sure that I'm still live. Yeah, I am. Twee Potter said, I'm turning 26 in June and I feel like I'm so behind, though I know life takes different routes for everyone. You know what's crazy? I felt like that at 26 too, and 26 is such a baby young. So young. My advice to you at 26 is not going to be the advice that your mom and dad's going to give you. It's not. If you're 26, if you're 25, like, go do what you want. Go for your dreams. Your mom and dad aren't going to like this advice, but take out a loan if you need to in order to accomplish your dreams. There's only so many years you get in your life where you're not tied down, where you're not in school, where you're not married, where you don't have kids, where you can literally be like, you know, my whole life has been in this one city. Something's pulling me. Something's calling me. Do it. Go do it. Please. You can always go back, but you can never, like, sit back and do the what ifs. You just can't. You just can't. Owen! Also, hi, Owen. I remember your name from forever ago. Owen Goff just made an amazing comment in the live chat. Owen said, I'm 29 and I feel like I just turned 21. I have friends having children and I'm like, I am children. Me. I still feel 25. I still can't like do things on a regular basis that are like habitual, that my friends are like, oh, well, I do this and I go to the gym and I go grocery shopping and I meal prep, and I'm like, I forget to brush my teeth sometimes. I'm bad at flossing. I suck at making doctor's appointments for myself. I am still children too, Owen. Heidi, I'm obsessed with you, but your typo is the best thing that's ever happened. Heidi was trying to say preach in my live chat, and instead Heidi said perch. Why does that make me laugh so much? Perch. It's actually a lovely bar in LA, if I'm being real with you. Like I had this moment today. Something's happening on Instagram, like everything's changing. Everything's changing in the whole world. I used to get X amount of views on my Instagram stories. I love posting on my Instagram stories. It's so low pressure. It feels unserious. I show up with my hair looking weird and pimples everywhere and no makeup, and I'm just like, good morning guys, here's what I'm making, blah, blah, blah. And then it like won't be there forever, and I love that. My views on Instagram stories have been like the lowest I've ever seen them ever. Like even before I had thousands of followers, like I don't know what's happening. I'm assuming that there's like AI influencers now and weird stuff like that. But like I was walking Chester literally right before this live stream, like an hour ago. And I was just like, holy crap, Lauren, like you are still at this. You're still doing YouTube. You're still trying really hard. You're still putting yourself out there. You're not where you want to be. How do you get these things? And then these like little teeny tiny negative thoughts started creeping in where it was like, girl, should you give up? Should you? No. Could you? And it's like, no. I am so proud of myself for moving to LA at age 25 in the weird way that I did, because like it keeps like reminding me of why I'm here. And like I still go to auditions and I'm still applying for things, and I started a new part-time job. I'm doing social media part-time for this small brand, and I'm loving that. I am actually loving that because it's someone else giving me tasks and it's not just me. But it's funny because I do notice in myself, and not everyone has this in them, I'll be real. I'm noticing in myself that as I'm doing these tasks for someone else, and like I feel very lucky for this part-time situation. The people I work with, wonderful human beings, like really, really wonderful. Like, how did I get so lucky to find this on Indeed? But then there's this like small part of me sometimes when I'm just like, okay, I see a world where Lauren goes back to calling all the shots, where she's assembling a team for herself, and like, I don't know. Lauren's had wine, so now I'm just like, let me spill my guts to you like you're my therapist. I don't want to do that. Wait, I'm loving all the stuff you're telling me in the live chat. If you're watching this after the fact, make sure you click the button that says read the live chat. Wait, I'm gonna go back. Perch by Heidi. Can I heart your comment? That was my I'm pinning it. Yes! This is so funny. Perch. You know what? Be the bird. Perch. Perch on the branch of your life. Wow. Selena, hi Selena, said, yes, you only live this life once, do the things. No, Heidi, don't say sorry. That's my favorite thing ever. Like, that just brought me so much joy. I hope that you don't feel like I just called you out in like a negative way. That brought me so much joy. Okay, I'll unpin if that's weird. Kamal, I just turned 31, but I feel like I'm 20. Kimberly, hi Kimberly, said, I turned 35 in February. Yes, girl. It was first one without my mom, who passed a year ago, 4 days later on my nephew's 2nd birthday. Oh, Kimberly. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry for your loss. April has been like ruined for me. The whole, I used to always look forward to my birthdays. Always, always, always. My birthday is April 5th. And then I do not want to cry today on a live stream. That's not what I want to do. We can't go from talking about AI to Aubrey Plaza's pregnancy to Lauren crying on a live stream. About 5 years ago, on April 21st, am I allowed to say this? I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't know if this is a good idea to share. Almost 5 years ago on April 21st, my dad decided to leave this world. And I was on a plane to Mexico to celebrate my 30th birthday. And I found out on that plane in the air that my dad decided unexpectedly. I still struggle saying the words, and it has messed me up and like has ruined April for me. And I really feel like it's taken me 4 or 5 years to like finally start to feel like even a little inch of my old self. Because I am a completely different person since then. And it has, when something like that happens to you, you stop caring about Taylor Swift. You stop caring about pop culture. And then everyone on my channel is like, well, Lauren, why aren't you reacting to this? There's news, Lauren. And I'm like, I don't care about that in that moment. You know? I've never said that online. I had all of these plans eventually to be like, I'm going to talk about it. And if there's one thing I can do, if I can like change, if I can stop one other person from doing that, then it's worth it to talk about it. And it's like this weird thing where like, I am jealous of other creators online who can talk about their grief so openly. Because I can't do that. It was almost 5 years ago. And I haven't been able to say it online. Even though I've wanted to. And I have like filmed it many times. And I've started writing, I don't know, what I think will be a book someday of just like everything that went on. And I've been so nervous to tell you guys. Woo! This is a weird live stream. One, I've been nervous because I don't know what YouTube will even allow me to say. But going back to what you were saying, Kimberly, I'm so sorry. You turned 35 in February, and it was the first one without your mom, who passed away a year ago. Oof, the firsts are the worst, aren't they? And I apologize, and I hope that you're doing okay. And I'm sending you all of my love, because there's nothing worse than all of the firsts that happen in that first year. And then you'll have some people be like, it's been a year. It's been 2. It's been 3 years. Get over it. What? And it's just like, everything is different per person. I gotta lock it up. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I can't believe I just told you guys that. I've been holding that in for 5 years, almost. Whew. Yeah. What a weird, horrible thing to say that I'm jealous of someone else's loss. That's a horrible, weird thing. But I've just been so in like awe of how other people can just talk so openly about it. And as one of the most open people in the world, I feel something happened to me that day where like I have not been the same and my content hasn't been the same. And I felt like up until that point, up until April 21st, 2021, I was 100% honest with my YouTube channel, and I was proud of that. I would be honest with you guys in my vlog channel. I really miss vlogging. Really miss vlogging. I would be honest, and then when this happened, everything stopped. I had to stop being honest. I am not a YouTuber that's like, let me exploit my family's pain for clicks and views, and I can't do that. I'm not like that. And yeah, I don't know. Whew. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm being crazy right now. I'm just going to read your comments. I love Taylor said, it's been 30 years since I lost my dad and I completely lost myself and haven't been able to find myself again. I'm really sorry to hear that. 30 years is a long time. And I feel you. I'm on year 5 and I am not the same person that I was. Whew. Wow. This is supposed to be a pop culture fun live stream. What the fuck happened? Ooh, what the fuck happened? Thank God I have a mirror. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Whew. Yeah, I have wanted to talk about this online for a very, very long time, and I have not known how to do that. Because I don't want it to be like a exploitive thing. If anything, I want to get advice from people that are 30 years ahead of me. Like, what my dad did is not unique to my family. It is horrible and awful, and there were 0 signs. 0. He texted me the night before. Like he knew I was on a plane to Mexico to celebrate my 30th. Like he knew. He was like, can you call AT&T, make sure that they know that you're going international. Like doing the regular dad stuff. And it's so interesting. People in my real life know this isn't something that I can like hold on to and all of that. But like, Heidi, no, he did not. I like keep forgetting that I'm like live on the internet right now. And I feel like I'm like oversharing way too much. And my whole family had like no warning. Anyways. Wow. I gotta stop. Clearly this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, and it's April 8th. April 21st is coming up. Don't feel good about it, and it's like a thing where it's crazy that it's taken me 4 years Like literally last year, year 4, is the first time that I started to finally feel like I was coming out of the clouds. 4 years. And I'm still not the same person. And like, I think about where I would be in my life and my career. I was like on top of the world 5 years ago. I had an investor. I had employees. I had like a plan to make like a social media website. We were doing things. And then my entire life blew up, and never in my life have I enjoyed working for other people, like the 9-to-5 thing. And then when this happened to me, I was like, the only thing I want in life is I want someone else to give me a list of tasks to do so that I don't have to come up with it by myself. Like, I just want to be distracted. Instead, it was like, Lauren, go put on makeup, go be confident and funny and write a script and talk about Taylor Swift and Beyonce and Selena Gomez. And I was like, nope, can't even shower, can't feed myself. So I guess I'm jobless. And then I'm just like here 5 years later trying to pick up the pieces of my channel. Whoo! Thank God for people like Sarah, my amazing producer, manager, assistant, wrangler of Lauren, for having the know-with-all to, oh my God, the way that my Patreon moderators stepped up to run my Patreon in my absence. Thank God for Sarah when I was reacting to, what is it, Midnight's Forever Winter, that song. Thank God that she warned me ahead of time. I can't imagine what I would have done if I had listened to Forever Winter and it was my genuine first reaction. Ooh, I'm really spilling the tea now. So if you go back to my Forever Winter reaction, what album is that on? I can't think right now, you guys. It's a vault track. Is it Midnight's? Am I nuts? Red. I can't keep that shit straight. So I cheated on that reaction. You normally always get my genuine reaction when I'm making my I can't even talk right now, I'm so nervous. When I make my YouTube videos, my YouTube video reactions, you're usually always getting my genuine reaction. Forever Winter, I read the lyrics first to prepare myself. I didn't listen, but I read the lyrics before listening to that song, just so that I was like this stuff with AI, so that I was fully equipped with knowledge going into it, so that I wouldn't be like stabbed. Because clearly I'm Lauren Lipman, and I keep my emotions just brimming right at the top at all times. You guys are being so sweet. Thank you so much for listening. I can't even believe that I shared that. Woo! Tomorrow Lauren is going to be mad at today, Lauren. Yes, ruin the friendship. You know what's funny? I love that song. I love Ruin the Friendship. Maybe it's like the distance that I've been able to get from... There will never be distance. What do they say about grief? Grief is like a ball. Grief is like a ball. Okay? I wish I had visual aids. Grief is like a ball. Imagine a ball in a box. Ball in a box. And at the bottom of this box is a button. And when you go through a traumatic situation, it could also be seen as trauma. The closer you are to that moment, the ball doesn't have very far to go in this square box. It's hitting that button and it hurts and it stabs over and over again as it jostles around. This box is your life, the square is your life, and the ball is you. As time goes on, the box will get bigger, the ball will stay the same size, and the button at the bottom of the box will remain. And so then slowly, as the ball of life, as the ball of grief jostles around, that button won't get hit as much. But it will still occasionally get hit, and it will still hurt just as much as it did the first time that you heard it. It could be something as simple as a memory. It could be something as a word or a joke that you used to make, and it will still hurt you as much. But the box of life gets bigger and bigger, and then that ball doesn't hit the button as often. That was one of the best descriptions of grief that anyone's ever given me. And also this other thing about a wave by a person that I wish was still in my life. Anyways, you guys, I'm feeling very exposed right now. We're supposed to be talking about pop culture. I feel like I need to leave you with something pop culture-y, right? Right? Someone say something, please. Give me a pop culture topic to talk about. Who do you guys follow for? Oh. Wow. Thank you to the amazing Jilly from the Block, who follows me on Instagram. Jilly from the Block sent me that 3 years ago today, Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn breakup announcement was announced. 3 years ago today. Wow, 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 wow. That's crazy. I remember when I first saw, where were you when you first saw this? 3 years ago today, this news was dropped. Insane. I know where I was. We were camping for my birthday. And there were always rumors. There were rumors that was like, Taylor and Joe got married. Taylor and Joe are pregnant. They broke up. And so I remember we were camping for my birthday with a big group of my friends. We were drinking. We were day drinking. We were having a great time in nature. It was so fun. And then I remember my friend Kelce coming up to me like, Lauren, I think this is real. I think Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn actually broke up. And I go, if it's not a People magazine article, it's not real. And she turns it around and it was People. And I was like, oh my God. Crazy. Crazy. So crazy. Owen, no, what is 56 days? It sounds familiar. It sounds very familiar, actually. Why have I heard about that? I was at home and I was going nuts. What this should tell you guys is that big, horrible, scary things can happen in your life. And then you can bounce back and suddenly, nope. Yeah. And then suddenly this can happen. And then suddenly, I'm not prepared. Big, scary things in life can happen to you that seem like, oh my God, what? How am I going to pick up the pieces? What am I going to do? My life is over. I swear to God, these freaking ads on the websites are getting bad. I'm just trying to riff so I can show you the screenshot that you probably all know which screenshot I'm trying to show, right? Suddenly, horrible bad things in your life can happen, and then it can lead you to this. It can. It really can. She is proof of it, y'all. I love this picture of them. I love the picture of him down on one knee where he's like, his whole face and his arms are red. Like you can like tell, like it's dating someone for 6 years and then like you build this life together. And if it didn't feel right and they got, wow, on that public stage as well, you know? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. The amount of eyes on Taylor at the tour the night after that came out. Dude, I couldn't imagine going out and performing songs that I wrote about, our love story, and being like, this is a part of the program. If I don't go out and do this, my dancers, my choreographer, my band will lose money. I just have to do it. And so then I love that Taylor's like, it's not my story anymore, it's yours. Like what does she say in TTPD? Sometimes you just have to like share your deepest, darkest secret, your deepest, darkest story, just to get it all out there. That is how I have felt about sharing my little, whatever, I don't want to call it secret, whatever, trauma with you. But that's where I've been. Surprise. I've had wine, so I'm like very like self-deprecating humor right now. But it's crazy. So happy for Taylor. Betty said, I couldn't believe it. I thought they were on their path to marriage, but then I remember with the song Hoax from so like, okay. There was kind of some writing on the wall when it comes to Taylor and Joe. Like, there was little bits of writing on the wall when we were like, wait, hold on, who is she talking about? She's talking about them? No. It can't be Joe because she's so happy with Joe. Couldn't be. No, she was writing about, you can still have a very deeply loving relationship and it can still not work out. That's what she's saying. Y'all, we got Reputation because of Joe Alwyn. We got Lover, the album Lover, which I'm sorry, people shit on all the time. I love that album. I love Lover. It was so good. That was also a really fun time on the internet. Remember the countdown? 5 holes in the fence. And because of the Eras tour, she met Travis. You know what's interesting is when it was announced that Joe Alwyn had not attended the first night of the Eras tour, I was like, sus. She's embarking on the first tour. Loverfest got canceled. Like, what? You're not there? Work schmirk, dude. Your boss would have understood to be like, hey, I believe he was filming with Emma Stone. Was it Hamnet? No, it was the one before it. It was another British one that everyone liked. That's when I was kind of like, what do you mean Joe's not at the first night of her show? Like, what? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Whoo! Nitin. Hi, Nitin. I used to have a friend in elementary school whose name was Nitin, so it's nice to see you. Nitin said, what's really crazy is when you listen back to songs about the start of the Joe relationship and how it was never really on solid ground. Don't forget, the night that Taylor Swift met Joe Alwyn, she also met Tom Hiddleston. And then that was the night of Taylor Swift dancing with her shoes off with her getaway car, Tom Hiddleston, because she was still with Calvin Harris at the time. Woo! Those were the days, man. I was a Taylor Swift aficionado. I really was. I knew all of this. The summer of Hiddle Swift was the best. That was the best summer ever. It really is. It really was. And then TikTok ruined everything. Seriously. It did. Now, all the coverage that I did on Taylor Swift and like her life and stuff, it feels very icky looking back on it. Like I still to this day get YouTube comments being like, Lauren, what's Taylor Swift's phone number? What's her address? Are you following her jet flight path? And I was like, ew. What happened to girlhood? Just I love Taylor Swift and I love this community, but am I contributing to this negative, nasty part of the internet? Like, is that where some of my videos are going? It turned into this whole thing. Whatever. Oh my Lord. Alexa, play Cruel Summer. Betty. Oh, you're wonderful. You guys, I feel like yeah. LOML is one of the saddest songs she's ever written. The sound of her breath being shaky. That's why I still to this day, everyone's like, oh my God, TTPD is all about Maddie Healy. I think that Maddie Healy is a very easy scapegoat. Yeah, I do think that she wrote a lot of songs about him, but I think it's so easy to change a couple words from here and there. Taylor Swift is a smart gal. A lot of these words are like code that only Joe and Joe's family will understand. Yes, she did write some songs about Joe. I think that there's a lot more Joe in TTPD than any of us will ever know about or understand, and I think that that is perfect the way that it is. We don't need to know the nitty gritty. We don't. As a pop culture person who's been covering Taylor's life and love life and dealt with the what does she say in Reputation? The news hungry mongers will try and put every single song to figure out the paternity test. I understand. And it's so fucking brilliant of her to mask it, to weave it all into all of this thing where it's just for her and for the other person to know. I think that's a beautiful poetic way to do it. Honestly, I do. The eyelash curler. Knittin', you follow me on TikTok or Instagram. I appreciate you. But for real, okay? Knittin' is talking about this, okay. Ladies, and some men, how much do you spend on an eyelash curler? 10, 12, 15 bucks. Grocery store stuff, right? It's an eyelash curler. It can't be this insane tool, right? It does one function. The other day, I was at Sephora. I was getting the self-tanner that you see me in, very mismatched right now. And all of my eyelash curlers suck. They pull out my eyelashes. When I use them, it'll leave these like black marks underneath my eyes. And so then I was just like, what is the best eyelash curler in the store? I said to one of the associates and they were like, the Shiseido eyelash curler. And I looked at it and then like cheap little Lauren was like $28. $28 on an eyelash curler. That seems like robbery. I've got 4 eyelash curlers at home. 2 I got for free from brands and they all suck and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, is this really worth it? And he looked at me and he goes, it's really that good. I stand corrected. I wouldn't say that capitalism won, but quality won. I want to shout about this eyelash curler from the rooftop. It's so nice. It's so good. $28. I think I actually saw it on sale for like $23 or whatever, but it's like, it does what it's supposed to do, but better. End rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Wait, someone said something. Irene, hi Irene, said, I agree about most of the songs on TTPD is way more about Joe than Maddie, but many people don't seem to want to talk about that. Correct, Irene. Do you want to know why? Because it's more salacious for all of TTPD to be about Taylor, or Maddie. It is way more fun, way more rage bait, clickbait, negative stories. It's way better for the headlines and for the clicks to be like, oh, this British bloke who's got mental health issues, who's been a rock star, who's been drinking, who had a heroin problem. It's so much more fun to peg, and I'm saying this very, very sarcastically, guys. It's way more fun to peg all of these bad things towards Maddie Healy. I think Joe is all over TTPD. And it was very purposeful that Taylor was like, something, it's about time that something's for myself and for Joe. She knows how private Joe is and wants to be. And although Joe did love her and he was with her knowing who she was, there was happiness. It's true. So I think that's like her little dirty little secret where it's like, you know what? Maddie Healy, it's so easy to pin all of this on you, and the only real person who's gonna know what it is gonna be the other guy. That's it. That's it. I'm sorry, Love of My Life is not about Maddie Healy. Are you insane? The crazy TikTokers that are like, well, it's this, blah, 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 and I'm like, you're dumb. You're falling for what she wants. Like, no, it's obviously about Joe. I personally, in my head, Taylor Swift has not told me this, anything very piano heavy, Joe. Immediately Joe. Joe plays piano. Joe came up with the tune for Evermore. Joe came up with the tune for Sweet Nothing. Anything that has a very big piano moment, I could be wrong, but I'm not wrong about Love of My Life being about Joe. That's not Maddie Healy, no. He was just like the warm body, the fresh out the slammer guy. No. Send them my video. I'm right. Oh, man. Betty. Okay, Betty. Betty said, Taylor lied to protect herself. She said Midnight's album was about 13 sleepless nights throughout her life, but it was about her ongoing breakup with Joe. Yep. Does anyone else still keep up with Joe or only cared because he was with Taylor, says Kamal. You know what? I don't have any ill will towards Joe. I don't like when other influencers online call him Yogurt Boy. I think it's really rude. I think it's really uncalled for and really rude. And like, I don't like to move through life like that. You have to be, if you're online and you're making content online for the jokes and you're funny and you're sassy, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. We are a very parasocial relationship with Taylor Swift. If you are not real and honest about that, you're crazy, okay? You have to be able to realize what we're all doing here. We can all still feel connected by her lyrics through the things and the stuff, but she shows us exactly what she wants to show us. But yeah, no. I don't think it's nice to call him Yogurt Boy. I don't think it's nice to reduce a man who loved Taylor Swift with probably his whole heart for 6 years, lifted her up when the world was tearing her down, gave us 2 to 4 amazing albums about love and heartbreak and partnership. Call him by his name. Wrong movie. Call him Joe. It's okay. He's quite a good actor, I will say. Loved him in Hamnet. He's also stunning. Whew, that face. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't like when people call him Yogurt Boy. And there's so many people do that. And I'm just like, noted, rude, doing it for the likes, doing it for the whatever, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just like, I'm like such a little softie and I'm like too nice. And like, Taylor Swift has watched my YouTube channel. She like used to know who I am, I guess she pointed at me at the premiere for the Taylor Swift movie thing. In my brain, the internet's forever. And I always want to like act like, how would I feel if Taylor Swift was watching this right now? If Joe was watching this right now? If one of Joe's long cousins was watching my channel? I just don't think that that's a very nice thing to say. He did great things for her. And I guess I'm not saying that for like performative reasons. I really believe that. Anyways, good morning, Peach. It's 5:46 in the morning in Sweden. You're trying to catch up with a live stream? Whew, it's a doozy. I can't believe I've been live for an hour and 45. You never thought about the piano? I am definitely on to something. Oh my goodness. Betty was at Wembley when she sang So Long London. Ugh! Man, I miss the Eras tour. I miss Tessa's live streams, you guys. Ugh. Speaking of other Swiftie influencers, you guys, where is it? I just had Olivia 11 from Swifties for Eternity on my YouTube channel. I actually have to go edit that video like this week. She released a book about the Swiftie fandom. Do you see how cute this is? She's got 13 Easter eggs across the cover and the like hold on, where's the Saturn? Oh, wait. To the moon and Saturn. And there's like so much cuteness in here. I'm also mentioned on page, is it 47? 67? It's cute. It's very cute. It just reminds me of all the fun things that like we've been through throughout the years. I will be posting a full YouTube video of Olivia on my channel. I gotta edit that and get that up, but her book comes out next week, right? Next week! I'll have a link down below. You guys should absolutely get it. You will love it. You will love it. And also like the illustrations, how do I? You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You will love it. You guys, thank you so much for being here on my live stream. This was a doozy of a live stream. We went through things that I didn't think I was going to go through. And you know what? I'm gonna end it with that. Potter13 says, at the end of the day, no one knows and will never know, rightfully so, what happened between them. It's none of our business to poke and prod in her past relationships and her present one. I agree. I really, really agree. And Kimberly, thoughts on the Taylor Lakes TikTok page? Fake. So fake. Always so fake. You're gonna go to Sephora to get that curler. No, Nitin, use my link and then I'll make 12 cents off your purchase. Woo! Thank you so much for being here. This was a crazy live stream. I love you guys so much. Yeah. This is gonna be a wild one to rewatch and to timestamp, but I'm hope that you enjoy this video. If you did, please leave my YouTube video a like. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you are following me on Instagram and on TikTok. And if you come across my video when you're scrolling YouTube, if you just wanna like tap it again, just like leave it a like and a comment, because YouTube, this is a live stream and then it turns into a video, and YouTube has like a weird knack of like not promoting lives after they become videos. I don't know. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening, and thank you for just being so nice to me. I will see you next Wednesday. Love you guys. Good night.